Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good people, patrons, and followers of the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, and everyone who is part of the True Heel Nation. This is your good brother, J News, with another rendition of J News Japan, talking to you today, October 5th, 2020, about the G1 Climax 39 progress for the A block that happened live at Kagawa at the Takamatsu City General Gymnasium. An attendance of 1,247 people that were there watching that A block action. To get into it, we have the first match of the night, as per the usual. Yuya Uemura, the Young Lion, versus Gabriel Kidd, the Young Lion from the LA Dojo. This match went 7 minutes and 35 seconds. I felt that this match was more of a character development match for Yuya Uemura. It was more out to it was more out to see if he had a little bit of a mean streak in him in order to get back at Gabriel Kidd for the loss that he suffered about a week ago. And it proved out that he did. Gabriel Kidd and Yuya Uemura were in an entanglement in the first couple of minutes of the match. I want to say they were highly into the graps, as they say in the UK. Gabriel Kidd, as always, will always have the upper hand in that particular mat wrestling, chain wrestling, a catch-as-catch-can wrestling kind of style. But Yuya Uemura proved out to continuously show his strong style, ability, and athleticism throughout the match. And he was able to get the win. As for the last couple of minutes, or the last couple of seconds, should I say, of the match, Yuya Uemura had Gabriel Kidd in the Boston Crab for a long period of time. Over a minute's time, Gabriel Kidd was able to crawl himself to the ropes to get the clean break. But even after the clean break, Yuya Uemura took it upon himself to kick Gabriel Kidd again in the back to continuously add insult to injury. And then Gabriel Kidd was on the mat, lying prone. Yuya Uemura took his legs, turned him around on the side of his neck, put his knee on the small of his back, and Yuya Uemura did not win this match with a Boston Crab. He won this match with a Lion Tamer, and he got that tap out off of Gabriel Kidd real quick when he applied that Lion Tamer. So Yuya Uemura gets the win here in this match for the Young Lions. A block action. Match number 1 of the night, Shingo Takagi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. One-on-one versus Bullet Club member Yujiro Takahashi. The Rampage Dragon in this match had a good back and forth with Yujiro Takahashi. 13 minutes, 38 seconds worth of a good battle between these two veterans of Japanese professional wrestling. At the end of it all, the last of the Dragon was hit by Shingo Takagi to win this match. Now it's 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points for Shingo Takagi. And 0 wins, 5 losses, no points for Yujiro Takahashi. He is at the bottom of the leaderboard in the A block. Third match of the night, a standout match for me. During this night, I didn't know what to expect in this match because of the way they've been booking Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb versus the leader of the Bullet Club, Jay White, who was flanked by Goto. This match lasted 12 minutes and 24 seconds. Jeff Cobb still doing a tremendous job of his ability, which I think is top-notch ability of selling during his matches here in the G1. The dope thing about this match was that Jeff Cobb was able to get off his offense and show how good his offense is and how high impact it is, and how he is able to look like a definitive, I don't want to say main eventer, but geez, like the dude is that good. You know what I'm saying? Jay White looking like Jay White can only look. Jeff Cobb had to fight off interference from Goto a couple of times in the ring, here and there. Towards the end, he did that. He was able to take Jay White and take Goto and have them match together for a meeting of the minds. And Jeff Cobb was able to take advantage and send Jay White to the ropes and hit the tour of the islands and get the win here. So now 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points for Jeff Cobb, and 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Jay White. Solid, good match, good looking match for Jeff Cobb in this G1. Fourth match of the night, Kazuchiko Okada versus Minoru Suzuki. 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Okada got the roll-up pin on Minoru Suzuki. I'll say this much. I expected more battery out of this match. I expected that, even though Okada got his ass kicked, like Okada got his ass handed to him in this match, he did not walk out of this match looking ever so fresh at all. He got his ass beat. But for whatever reason, I expected more brutality out of these two, being that they've had a long-standing feud the last 2 to 3 years. But that wasn't the case necessarily. A lot of mat wrestling, a lot of submission wrestling in this match, based on Suzuki's background and Okada just trying to prove that he can hang in that sort of a match. But Okada damn near got his lights choked out with the rear naked choke by Minoru Suzuki. The referee was calling for it. He was holding on to Okada's arm. Okada was able to turn Suzuki over on his back, and his arm did not go down. It went up instead of down. And then Suzuki mistakenly let go of the rear naked choke, thinking that Okada was knocked out or choked out, and then Okada was able to just trip up Minoru Suzuki, get him in a roll up, and get the 3 count for the win. So 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Kazuchiko Okada. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Minoru Suzuki to go ahead in the A block section. 5th match of the night. Best match of the night. Usually, you never hear me say that when it comes to with a match that has to do with Tai Chi, but this was one of those fights, battles of attrition, one of those exhausting back and forth. You don't know who's gonna win, where, how, and whatever. But Tomohiro Ishii, as always, he'll never give you the vibe that he's gonna put out a barn burner. But Tomohiro Ishii, night in and night out, man, one of the best. The drama that he's able to stir in matches, the emotion he's able to get out of fans in matches is like no other. Just because of his ability to no sell, but at the same time his ability to sell and his ability to put these strong style maneuvers on other wrestlers. They take it and they just want to be able to par up with Ishii. They'll take it and they'll no sell it as well, because they have that warrior spirit and they want to be able to be in there and say that they're the tougher man than Ishii. And that's what Taichi was trying to prove in this match, and he wasn't able to prove it. Ain't nobody tougher than the Stone Pit Bull. And after 18 minutes and 41 seconds, even though they beat the crap out of one another, Ishii hit the vertical drop brainbuster on Taichi to get the win. So record states 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points for Tomohiro Ishii. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Taichi in the semi-main event. Then the main event of the night, I'll say this about the match here. The match left me wanting more. It went 15 minutes and 56 seconds, which is the shortest main event match of the entire G1 tournament so far. I'm not sure if that was originally booked that way in advance, or just because Will-Ospreay went to war with Kyle Fletcher the night before at a Rev Pro UK show where he defended his Revolution Pro UK British Heavyweight Championship. I'll mention this, and this is a little bit off topic, but it still has to do with Will-Ospreay. Yeah, we got to give this kid his flowers, right? We always say, or a lot of people love Will-Ospreay's aerial assault and his aerial ability and his gymnastic ability. Will-Ospreay's ability to sell, Will-Ospreay's ability to generate emotion in fans is understated. I've said this before in other videos. I'll say it again. He didn't do this here at the G1 Climax 30 tournament, but eventually, if he gets into that match with Okada, and there's a lot of emotion in that match, I'm sure if he wins that match and he's able to cut a promo, you guys will understand why I think Will-Ospreay is one of the better promos in pro wrestling right now, on pure emotion and genuineness of how where it just comes, where the creativeness flows from his head. and stuff like that. So I want you guys to watch out for that and stay keen for that throughout the rest of the G1. He's playing up his character very well as he started in the G1, being a little bit more flamboyant and cocky and overconfident. But he went toe to toe with Kota Ibushi. It was a good match. Nothing that was otherworldly, I would say, happened in this match, but it was a good, solid match. Something yet again that I have to mention that I've seen a couple of times already during the G1 out of Will-Ospreay. Same thing in this match from Will-Ospreay and Kota Ibushi. Homages to the New Japan veteran and current NXT champion Fergal Devitt. For those of you guys who don't know Fergal Devitt, aka Finn Balor the Prince, he was a long-standing member of the New Japan roster. I want to say between not long-standing, right? It was 2009 to 2013. So 4 years he spent in New Japan proper. And then he did all his work in the UK Indies. And you know Finn Balor's moveset very well by now. Fergal Devitt's moveset very well by now. So when you see a 1916 performed by Will-Ospreay, right? When you see a transitional gut stomp from Will-Ospreay going from offense to defense, sliding under, and then Ibushi with the double stomp to the gut, Fergal Devitt style. The ode and the homage to the Prince and the OG of the Bullet Club is, to me, it's evident. To others, it might not be. For some folks, it might just be me talking shit and flapping my gums. But nah, like, I've watched enough professional wrestling in my lifetime to understand and know when you see that sort of stuff, it's like, hey, wink, wink. We're paying attention, and brother, you did your thing in your match last night on NXT. So we want to give you props and give you a tip of the cap by performing some of your moves that you're famous for during our match. So that was cool from Ospreay and Ibushi. Ibushi wins this match, 4 wins, 1 loss, 8 points for Ibushi atop the leaderboard by himself. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Will-Ospreay after the loss. Kota Ibushi wins this match with the Kamigoye. So we will be talking about Night 10 preview here. Where are we? Night 10 preview. B block action, which will be live from Hiroshima. We will have Hiroki Goto versus Toriano. Chaos versus Chaos there. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata. Juice Robinson versus Evil. Tetsuya Naito versus Yoshihachi. And Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenta. That'll take place tomorrow night, October 6th, 2020, live on NewJapanWorld.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to your streaming service and make sure you're watching that there. So, folks, I'll be back tomorrow to flip it over and give you more news on the G1 Climax 30 tournament. So, you're seeing me here like this. So, we're going to transition into Night 10 G1 Climax 30, October 6th, 2020, live from the Hiroshima Sun Plaza Hall in Hiroshima, Japan. Attendance was 1,423 folks. Live to see the event there earlier in the day. If you don't know, now you know. And here is the first match. First match of the night, 15-minute time limit. The Young Lions, Yota Tsuji, went one-on-one with Yuya Uemura to a 15-minute time limit draw. A repeat finish of last week between Tsuji and Gabriel Kidd. This time with a more map-based approach to the match between the two young lions from the Japanese dojo here. Certain things stuck out, as they always do with these young lion matches. Wanted to see what kind of character work they would allow them to do, if any. I would say Yuya was still trying to find that mean streak in him. For a lot of the time, he was able to hold Yota Tsuji down with a lot of rest holds, but he was really cranking on those side headlock takedowns. So he was doing a little bit more than he had to there. Saw some new maneuvers from Yota Tsuji in this match. Saw him do a variation of a camel clutch here, a rolling senton as well. So that was new from Yota Tsuji to see there. But basically, it was another 15-minute battle between two young lions. I haven't seen, and I'm talking about the collection of the young lions that are currently participating in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now. I haven't seen a crop of young lions do this sort of work while still having the black boots and the black trunks on. These guys are performing at a level still in their dojos that I haven't seen, I'd say ever. Even with the previous two classes that I've been privy to watch beforehand, these three guys and the guys over in New Japan of USA, I said this maybe two podcasts or two recordings ago. The future is well in hand for New Japan Pro Wrestling across America and across Japan with this current crop of young lions. These guys don't let down. Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura looked terrific in this match. They're selling their athleticism for guys who of their height and weight. You just wouldn't expect certain things out of a guy like Yota Tsuji to be as explosive as he is. Yuya Uemura, in the sense of being as light on his feet as he is, being such a tall wrestler as he is, they just show you that there's so much left in the tank per se, and so much left for them to show that it's kind of cool to see them just do the majority of the time the basic stuff and still get that emotional reaction out of a fan like myself. I can only speak for myself, but these guys, Gabriel Kidd, Yota Tsuji, Yuya Uemura, Clark Connors in New Japan Strong, Alex Coughlin in New Japan Strong, Carl Fredericks in New Japan Strong. Those guys, these six guys that have been seen on TV as of late, in the last 3 to 4 months, have really been showing how good the training in the New Japan dojo is across Japan and across the U.S. With Shibata-san as well. So that's been really, really cool to see. And I know I'm spending a little bit more time on these young lion matches, but when stuff like this happens and these 15-minute draw matches happen, and there's not much to say about the second match because it was as short as it was. So I want to harp on this. I want to concentrate on this, and I want to make sure that listeners, viewers, all of the True Heel Nation understands that the black tights and the black trunks don't mean that these guys are pushovers anymore. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're enhancement talent. Like, you can literally tune in to the beginning of any of these G1 Climax shows and get into one of these young lion matches, because these guys are really that good, and it's really cool to see, and I appreciate, I would say, the bookers and the agents in New Japan. If there's been any sort of changeover for these guys over the last year and a half, it's been the ability to show that these guys, their ability to be able to let these guys show what it is that they have within them in the black boots and the black trunks, and not just have to wait for them to go on excursion and wait to find their characters and introduce themselves to different styles of wrestling before they garner any sort of fandom. I think it's important. I think New Japan now believes, due to the times with COVID and everything else in between, that it's also important for them to grow their own respective fan bases and have them be respected as performers, and not just throwaway guys at the beginning of an event. Second match of the night, B block action here on October 6th. Night 10, we had Hiroki Goto versus Toriano. Not much to say here. The match went 18 seconds. Goto hit the Goto Shiki on Toriano and won the match. Toriano was completely surprised, and he was taken for a quick ride right there. So Goto 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points. Toriano 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points as the tournament goes on. How can I put this? I'm right now. I'm going through the matches that occurred in the night, just to see if my thought process was going to change. It will not change. Third match of the night, Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr. My favorite match of the night here. 14 minutes, 31 seconds. 2 wins in a row for Sanada. After the Naito victory last week in his hometown, it seems that Sanada has now is on some sort of a roll. He has momentum going forward. I'm not gonna get too excited here, even though you guys know I'm a Sanada mark. One match at a time. I would say this is a classic Sanada Zack Sabre Jr. match. Lots of high-end, high-caliber quality, technical wizardry, reversals, submissions galore in this match. Did not get boring, was not stale at all. These guys really know how to wrestle with one another very well, how to sell and things of that nature. But at the end of it all, Sanada with the win. 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points for Sanada. 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points for Zack Sabre Jr. And that match went 14 minutes and 31 seconds. Fourth match of the night, it was Juice Robinson, the flamboyant one, versus the King of Darkness himself, Evil of the Bullet Club. Match went 15 minutes and 35 seconds long. I want to say that this was a good to decent match, good showing for Juice Robinson here. I think Juice has had a very strong G1 tournament. Evil finally, I would say, until the finish, looked strong in this match. But yet again, understandably so, due to, Bullet Club and Evil Dick, or whatever the case is, they had to have the dirty finish as per the usual, when Evil hit Juice Robinson with a low blow and then hit him with Everything is Evil to get the victory. At no point in time did I think that Juice was really going to win this match. Even before the match even started. I know he's had good momentum going into the tournament, but Evil, being who he is now on the card for New Japan and on the roster, I didn't figure that Juice Robinson would get the victory in this particular match. So 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Juice Robinson on the loss. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Evil on the win. Fifth match of the night, we had the long-lasting, the epic of Yoshihachi versus Tetsuya Naito. I think somewhere in the middle of the Evil versus Juice match, I lost my emotional attachment to the matches. I wasn't necessarily in it anymore. I felt like the matches were going too long at this point. This match versus Yoshihachi and Tetsuya Naito, for whatever reason, I feel, and this is just me trying to harken back to their days as young lions and how they came up. I'm sure the rivalry's there and things of that nature. I just don't recall it necessarily. But the in-ring battle, the in-ring wrestling, the body language and everything that was happening in between basically told the story of two men who've known each other for a very long period of time, and one was trying to make sure that the other one knew and understood, you're not on my level, but the other one was trying to show that, hey, I can wrestle with the big dogs if and when given the opportunity and the chance. Obviously, Tetsuya Naito, being the double champ, is the person that I mean, was wrestling with a big time confidence in this particular match over Yoshihachi. But Yoshihachi, with his recent win of being part of that that never open weight 6-man tag team championship team in Chaos, has been wrestling with more confidence and has been showing a lot more positive offensive maneuverability in his matches. And he was up to the task, I would say, up against Tetsuya Naito. He drove Tetsuya Naito to the limit, I think, in this match. Tetsuya Naito was, at least he sold it that way. He was winded a lot of the time. He did not expect what he got out of Yoshihachi. But to end it all, Naito, with his second variation of Destino, was able to win this match after 24 minutes and 43 seconds. So Tetsuya Naito, 4 wins, 1 loss, 8 points on the win. Yoshihachi, 1 win, 4 losses, 2 points on the loss here. And then the main event of the night. Yet again, like I was saying before, I feel like I didn't necessarily have the emotional attachment to this match that I feel like I should have. Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace, versus Kenta, 23 minutes, 41 seconds. It was a grueling encounter between Tanahashi and Kenta, and I would like to say that Kenta did his best with no help at all to really do damage to Tanahashi's knees in order to take him out. A couple of times during the match, Kenta actually applied the figure 4 leg lock and actually did his own versions and variations of dragon screw leg whips on Tanahashi to beat him down and to wear him down. And I thought Kenta, at one point in the match, I really thought Kenta for sure should have won. But Hiroshi Tanahashi was able to overcome, as he usually does, because he is the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was able to overcome. He took the beating and he took the advantage and was able to target Kenta's knees after a while and wear Kenta down long enough to where Hiroshi Tanahashi hit high five flow in order to get the pinning predicament on Kenta, and Kenta then kicked out and Tanahashi transitioned into the Texas Cloverleaf, or as they call it in New Japan, the Texas Clover Hold, and he was able to crank that Cloverleaf enough and put his knee towards Kenta's head to crank that neck in order to have Kenta tap. So this is the third loss Kenta has in the G1 tournament. So it does line up a couple of future opponents for Kenta to face off against for that champion certificate for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship that he holds currently. So Tanahashi's going to be one. Jeff Cobb's going to be another. No, not Jeff. Well, Jeff Cobb's going to be another because of what's been going on in New Japan Strong. But Tanahashi will be one. If I'm not mistaken, Juice got a win off of Kenta. And I forget who else. But that's what we have going forward. Tanahashi got the win. So 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points for Hiroshi Tanahashi on the win. And Kenta with 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points on the loss. That, my friends, was night 10 of the G1 Climax 30 tournament. I want to make sure that I preview night 11 for you all so everybody knows as to what's going on. So that's back to A block action. Night 11 goes as follows. It'll be tomorrow night, October 7th, 2020, yet again live from Hiroshima. It'll be first match of the night, Tomohiro Ishii versus Yujiro Takahashi. It'll be Kazuchiko Okada versus Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay versus Minoru Suzuki, Taichi versus Jay White, and Kota Ibushi versus the Rampage Dragon Shingo Takagi in the main event of the evening on October 7th in Hiroshima. Quick bit of news that I do have to cover with everyone here. Big announcement came down tonight at the October 6th show. We are going to get another New Japan tour, which will start on the 15th of November. This New Japan tour is going to consist of the World Tag League and the Boss J27 tournament combined. So as for their official statement, I will read this verbatim for everybody to understand. Thank you for your continued support of New Japan Pro Wrestling. As part of our ongoing coronavirus prevention measures, we will limit the number of wrestlers participating on the World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors double tour. After the opening event of the tour, we'll see both tournaments kick off Sunday, November 15th. The World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors participants will alternate on each night through the series until the final league matches in Fukuoka on Sunday, December 6th, and the tournament finals on December 11th in Nippon Budokan. So the schedule is going to be as follows. Sunday, November 15th kicks off both tournaments, World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors. Both tournaments will kick off on that night, and that'll go from there. Then on the 16th of November is going to be a World Tag League day. November 18th is going to be a Super Junior day. November 19th is going to be a World Tag League day. November 20th is going to be another Super Junior day. The 22nd is going to be a World Tag League day. The 23rd is going to be a Super Junior day. The 24th is going to be a World Tag League day. The 25th is going to be a Super Junior day. The 28th is going to be a World Tag League day. The 29th is going to be a Super Junior day. The 30th of November is going to be a World Tag League day. December 2nd is going to be a Best of Super Junior day. December 4th will be a World Tag League day. December 5th will be a Best of Super Junior day. And on December 6th in Fukuoka, it'll be World Tag League and Best of Super Junior finals. Final night of the tournament. And then on Friday, December 11th in Nippon Budokan, it'll be the final match for the World Tag League and the finals of the Best of Super Juniors. So that is the rundown for that tour coming up, starting on November 15th and ending on December 6th for the New Japan roster. So folks, it's been real. It's been a good one. Another solid night of New Japan Pro Wrestling action was night 10 at Hiroshima. But as I always say, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat Wrestling channel, YouTube channel. Thank you for watching as always. Be good, take care of one another. Be safe out there. And stay wrestling fans, folks, because if you don't, you wouldn't be here watching and listening to what I'm saying. So until next time, I'll be covering Night 11 tomorrow and Night 12 subsequently. And at the end of the week, as usual, New Japan Strong work for the finals of the Lions Break Crown tournament. This has been your good brother J News. I'm about this. Peace.